Welcome back to the program. Thank you, Mr. Bill King. And Julian Gleizer joins me on the program. He is the co-founder of a company called INABUGGY. INABUGGY delivers groceries in the GTA, working with people like Summerhill Markets, Sobeys, for example. And this week they launched a prepared meals section on their website, offering 1-hour delivery and delicious goodies. Like lobster mac and cheese, flaky crusted steak, and mushroom pot pie, and their famous beef bourguignon. And Julian joins me in studio. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you. Pleasure being here.
Move in just a little bit to the mic there so we can hear you, and don't be shy. You know what I like about this idea? I haven't tried the food yet. I'm sure it's great. But the fact that people are starting now to have options when they order food for take-in, or they call it takeout. I don't know what they call it, but you take it out of the restaurant, bring it into your house. Because, for years and years it was Chinese pizza. That was it. And now you've got an option. How did this all come about? And you got a partner in this, I take it.
Absolutely. Well, the way this came about was I founded an e-commerce company in 2010 that sold online goods across North America. And so I realized...
When you say goods, you mean edible goods?
No, it was actually everything except for groceries and edible goods. So consumer electronics, health and beauty supplies, as well as a spectrum of other goods. Mm-hmm. And we sold these goods. We launched in 2010, and I realized along the way within the startup that, everything is being sold online except for groceries and food. So long story short, when the previous company got acquired, we got acquired by a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, I realized that, it may be time to go ahead and actually start something up that had a food component to the online service. Mm-hmm. And so the way it came about this was while I was working within the previous startup, I was spending about 12, 13 hours a day. And every day after work, I had to go bring essentials to my father, who was ill at the time. And I just wished that there was a service that we can, we'd be able to dial up or order and have these items delivered, just the essentials, the breads and waters and so forth. So when the company got acquired, I started developing the technology for online groceries. And, long story short, here we are.
Good idea. Now, how's it going?
It's going very well. We do differ than the restaurant takeout and delivery foods that are currently on the market, as you mentioned. Mm-hmm. We are one of a few that offer groceries online, and essentially what we do is we're a marketplace. So we connect the retailers to the consumers with our technology stack in our platform. So essentially a user would come online onto INABUGGY's platform. They would place their order online, seeing all the active SKUs in real time from stores that we've joined forces with, such as Summerhill Market, grocery giants like the Sobeys Freshcos that you mentioned, Copas, which we recently launched, Galati's, as well as others. And so they'd place their order online, and approximately an hour later, the groceries will be delivered to your door, whether it's your home or office or any other location of choice.
And these are the places, and Summerhill Market, they have their own division that makes their food for them, right?
Absolutely. So with Summerhill Market, it's a great place. They prepare their gourmet meals in-house. They have a second floor kitchen where they house over 100 employees. There's chefs that work there, and so they prepare their foods, their gourmet meals on a regular daily basis. So you're receiving your prepared gourmet meals fresh made that day.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And tell me about Copas, because I'm not familiar with Copas.
Absolutely. Copas is actually a very large chain that we're very excited to have recently launched. They currently have 3 locations in the Greater Toronto area, launching a 4th one in a few months in Aurora. And Copas, it's essentially a one-stop shop as well. They have everything from prepared foods to international cuisines and delis. So it's a very, very interesting store, and we're seeing a very large influx of orders come in through Copas as a result of that.
So there's no real conflict between Copas and Summerhill. Like you go online and I can take some of the food, for example, I got to order one thing from Copas and another thing from Summerhill, or is that not possible?
Right. So with INSTABUGGY's platform, you actually have the ability to shop from multiple grocery stores. So you can go ahead and shop, certain products from Copa's. You can also shop other products from Summerhill, as well as other products from Sobeys Freshco's, and combine all that into one order and have it delivered to your door in as little as an hour from all three stores.
Wow. How do you do that?
Well, we have certain infrastructure in place with logistics and technologies obviously involved to seamlessly integrate everything. So what happens is we have our INSTABUGGY in-store pickers and packers. So as soon as an order gets placed online, that order is pinged to our pickers and packers in-store, which are fully trained on the processes. And so what that means is if you were to walk into a grocery store and pick your own produce, essentially it would be the same thing. Our pickers and packers are trained to select the freshest and highest quality of produce. So you know that apple is going to arrive at your door an hour later. It's not going to be bruised. It's going to be just as well picked as if you were doing it yourself.
Right.
And so the order gets pinged to the in-store pickers and packers. They go ahead, pick and pack the order. And then INSTABUGGY's drivers, who actually work for INSTABUGGY as opposed to the crowdsourcing model. And I mean, the reason that's the case is because we like to eliminate all the risk and gaps associated to the crowdsource model. And so the in-store pickers and packers would provide the drivers with those orders, and the drivers would go ahead and deliver those orders within their parameters.
Right. So these are hot meals that arrive hot?
Correct. And so INSTABUGGY has a hot and cold supply chain within their logistics system. And so what that means in layman terms is that if you were to walk into the store and just grab ice cream from the freezer, it will arrive at your door an hour later just the same way as you pulled it out of the freezer from the store. So we have in-vehicle coolers and freezers for the supply chain, as well as for the prepared and hot tabled meals as well. So essentially you can order a chicken pot pie and have it delivered hot, ready to serve on the table.
But if I'm ordering a chicken pot pie from Summerhill and then decided I want to grab one or two things from Copa, and they're not necessarily near each other, is that going to necessitate two drivers, or is it still going to be the one driver?
Well, we have, the way the logistical system is set up is that we have our drivers that are designated towards pockets and parameters of a certain area. So if you think of the pizza model, essentially, they deliver your pizza within 45 minutes or it's free. So there are hubs. So if you order your groceries from Summerhill, you order hot prepared meals from Summerhill, and you order ice cream and frozen pizza from Copa's, depending on where the stores are located, we would have one or even two drivers pick up those orders and deliver it to your home or office within the designated time period that you've chosen.
Right. And you've got how many Summerhill stores are there?
There are two Summerhill stores.
And where are they?
And they are located on the smaller one's located. There's two. There's one large one on Summerhill. It's on Mount Pleasant and St. Clair, right. And the other one is on Mount Pleasant and Eglinton.
So, but if I'm in Mississauga, because I know you're either about to open or you just opened in Mississauga, how is I going to get to my house in less than an hour when I can't even get from Yonge and Eglinton to Yonge and St. Clair in an hour during rush hour?
Correct. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Summerhill will be serving Mississauga. Summerhill's coverage right now, just so you understand, is quite wide in terms of spectrum from the lake all the way up north to we're at Major Mac right now. We're going to be expanding a little bit further north, especially with the Copas that's launching in Vaughan. And then it goes east and west as far as Etobicoke and Scarborough. So those are the parameters for Summerhill right now. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you would be getting your groceries in Mississauga from Summerhill. Probably be working with others such as Copas, Freshco's, and so forth. But there would be an opportunity to order Summerhill products. You won't get them in as little as an hour. It may take 2 hours, but we may still provide that opportunity for consumers to order from Summerhill and reach them.
All right. Julian Gleizer, he is my guest, co-founder of INSTABUGGY. We'll come back. We'll talk about more about the company and about some of the products, including this wonderful juice that I'm drinking from Summerhill, which is cold-pressed juice made from beets, carrots, apples, lemon, and ginger. God, if it was any healthier,
Saturday with Ted on In-Depth Radio, Newstalk 1010.
Welcome back to the program. Julian Gleizer, he's my guest. He's co-founder of INABUGGY, the speedy grocery service that works with local favorites like Summerhill Markets, retails like Sobeys Fresh Co., and most recently, Copas. You can buy your groceries online, or you can order food online, and they'll bring it to you, and it'll be hot or cold, whatever it is, depending on what you've ordered, within an hour. Right?
Correct.
Now, I just had here this Mexican corn, which is, well, let me read the instructions. The ingredients here for you. Corn, chipotle mayo, sriracha hot sauce, feta cheese, cilantro, and lime. You can eat it either hot or cold. This is cold, this particular offering. It's really good.
Yeah, they're
really nice.
They're prepared hot and cold. You can eat them either way. It's a nice snack for the summer.
This too is healthy.
Absolutely.
And then you've given me another one of these cold pressed juices. Pure green. Cucumber, green cabbage, celery, broccoli, spinach, romaine, and wheatgrass. That I haven't tried yet. I will try that in a minute. But I like this one here. Beet, carrot, apple, lemon, and ginger. My God, it's like health food. They're healthy foods. Let's take a look at some of these texts that have been coming through. And please, if you have a question or a comment, feel free to do so at 71010. How far west? What is the delivery area?
As far west right now, we deliver as far as Etobicoke. We are currently preparing for launch, I should say, in Mississauga, and that's within the Greater Toronto area. We are going to be expanding further west and scaling out to other cities such as London, Windsor, and so forth. Mm-hmm. But just for the GTA's sake, we're going as far as Mississauga right now, and then once we launch Mississauga, we'd continue into the Oakville, Bramptons, going up to the Golden Horseshoes and so forth. So.
And Aurora by the fall.
Absolutely.
And you're going into Ottawa as well.
Yes, we are. We're actually preparing for Ottawa launch as we speak right now. We have joined forces with, we're going to be selling groceries and prepared meals from Sobeys Urban Fresh. And we're looking to do that hopefully within the next 30 to 45 days. Mm-hmm. So we're going to be launching within Urban Toronto, across the GTA as well, and moving into Ottawa with Urban Fresh as well as FreshCo.
Mm-hmm. So let's take a look at the, it says here, 600 plus dishes.
Correct.
It's a great selection.
Absolutely.
As I mentioned at the outset of the interview, Julian, it's so much better than the days when it was like, well, what is it, pizza? Chinese pizza, Chinese pizza, Chinese. It's all
well, what's happening today is, customers are getting a little bit more health-centric in terms of healthy foods, being more oriented towards what they're eating. You have a lot of health-conscious consumers now with the gluten-frees and the vegans and the organics. And so what we realize and what we're noticing right now on a day-to-day basis is that a lot of our users, our customers, are looking for more of that health factor as opposed to the fast food restaurant takeout or delivery. Mm-hmm. And so we're finding tremendous success within the hot and prepared gourmet meals, specifically due to that factor, to the fact that we're delivering healthy meals that are, health conscious for users. And again, it arrives in as little as an hour. So that's something that, is very, very attractive to our consumers today, being busy, working, and spreading as well to the elderly. So
one of the great things about it too is when you look at it this way, you think, okay, well, I can order my groceries for the week, and I can order dinner for tonight.
That's right.
At the same time.
That's right.
Which is a bonus.
Correct.
And talk to me about some of the other items on your menu.
We've got an area of items from a prepared gourmet prepared selection. So anything from your meats and seafoods to your specialty items. The choices are pretty much endless. And again, they're very healthy, which is very important to note. In addition to the groceries that we deliver.
Well, since you're sort of a grocery store, right?
Correct.
You should be allowed to sell beer and wine.
We actually are in the process of implementing the alcohol delivery service through INSTABUGGY's platform, which is going to appear within the next few weeks or so.
Really?
So in addition to the prepared gourmet meals, in addition to the groceries, you'll now have the opportunity to purchase your beers, spirits, and wines from INSTABUGGY as well and have it all delivered in one order.
Wow. That's fabulous.
Yeah, we're very excited.
Can you grab my dry cleaning on the way? That's just, it's interesting. What it says here, what date is the Mississauga launch?
We don't have a hard date as of yet. We are aiming within the next few weeks, and we are, just going through the logistical features right now to ensure everything's set up and ready to go. But we're hoping within the next few weeks we will be covering Mississauga. You
may be able to branch up and put another product on your list here as well, the mail. Because we may have a postal strike next week.
Yes, I heard.
Yeah. I was saying the interesting thing is that people are so damn busy nowadays, especially younger couples. It's like hockey practice, soccer, there's piano lessons. It's just running around with kids and 2 jobs and the whole deal. It's like my kids are grown up, but I remember those days. Coming home some days and just thinking your head's going to explode. And this is just such a bonus to have this at your fingertips.
You're absolutely right. You have busy people working, 10, 12-hour days, and they just don't have the time to go to the store and grocery shop. And so we've added that convenience factor where now you could, you don't have to eat from a restaurant every day. You can actually shop from the office, place your order off from your app, your smartphone, or your computer, and by the time you get home, the groceries are waiting for you at your door. So it's definitely a convenience factor. It's also very convenient for the elderly, where them as well as their kids can order for their parents who may have difficulty leaving the house or hauling heavy groceries, and also for everybody in between. I mean, unless you enjoy going to the grocery store and spending an hour and a half picking and packing, hauling and carrying your groceries, never mind, getting into the car, driving back and forth, that time could probably be better spent, being with your loved ones or spending time doing homework with your kids, whatever it may be. It provides that convenience factor and gives you more time to do what you love.
Mm-hmm. So here's the breakdown financially. The order has to be a minimum of $35. Delivery fees, $10 for between $35 and $60 orders. It's $10. If you're ordering between $60 and $80, it's $6. And anything above $80 is free, and first-time shopper is free as well.
Correct. So the first delivery is definitely free.
Right.
The minimum purchase order is $35. So anything between, like you mentioned, 35 to 60 is $9.99. Yeah. 60 to 80 is $5.99. And anything $80 or higher would be free delivery. And so what we're finding is that I would say a very, very high percentage of our customers who become repeat customers are ordering between $160 to $240 sized baskets. So essentially it's free delivery on each and every one of those orders.
Right. Now you've got an offer for our listeners. You want to tell us about it?
I'm sorry?
For our listeners, you've got a code?
Yeah, so for listeners, what we've done is we've created a coupon code specifically for our listeners today. And what they can do is they can enter coupon code Newstalk into the checkout section if they want to try our service, and they will get $10 off their order in addition to free delivery. So this offer will expire on Monday, and if listeners want to take advantage and try out the INSTABUGGY platform, they can order groceries on INSTABUGGY, enter coupon code Newstalk, $10 will be deducted from your order.
So you go to instabuggy.com, and then the coupon code is Newstalk.
Correct. So the way it works is it's geolocation based. You'd enter your postal code, and depending on what stores are within your area, you could shop from those stores. Once you've placed you've shopped and you're checking out, within the checkout section, there will be a redeem your coupon code. You just enter Newstalk into there, and you'll